Welcome to Brain Alpha. Let's just be real for a second. Does it ever feel like we're living in a world that just consistently rewards dishonest people? You see them getting ahead, climbing that ladder, while you're over here sticking to your principles and maybe feeling like you're getting left in the dust. It's just maddening, right?
But why if that frustration? What if that's actually the spark for a revolution? This explainer right here, this is a strategic guide for all of us who refuse to buy into that cynical reality. It's about how to win, not by selling your soul, but by turning your own integrity into your most powerful, most devastating weapon.
Okay, so let's dive right into the heart of it. That anger you feel when you see that cheaters win, that's not just valid, it's important because it forces every honest person to ask themselves a really tough, kind of dangerous question about the world.
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? Is our sincerity just a burden, a handicap we should just get rid of to get ahead? It's so tempting to think that way. But today, we're going to take that whole idea and just throw it out the window. We're not discarding our integrity. No way. We're going to weaponize it. Now, the very first step, and this is absolutely critical, is making a distinction. This is the difference between being a victim and being a warrior. It all comes down to the difference between what we call purity and just plain old ignorance. Let's really break this down, because it's a huge power dynamic. See, a person who says they're honest just because they don't know how to cheat, well, that's not strength. That's just someone without options. Real strength, true purity, comes from knowing every dirty trick, every shortcut, every shady deal in the book, and then consciously, deliberately choosing not to play that game. So here's the takeaway. If you've been feeling frustrated, that's actually a great sign. It means you're ready to graduate. You're ready to move from the weak person's logic, which is all about what you can't do, to the strong person's logic, which is all about making an active, powerful choice based on your principles. Okay, now let's see how this all builds, because we're going to shift gears a little bit. We're moving away from just morality and into pure strategy, because choosing integrity, it turns out, isn't just about feeling good about yourself. It's actually the single smartest, most economically rational decision you can make for your future. I want you to think about it like this because it's such a powerful metaphor. Every single dishonest shortcut is like taking a high-interest loan from a loan shark. Yeah, you got a quick fix, a little cash in hand today, but those interest payments that are coming down the line, they will absolutely crush you. And we're not talking about some abstract costs here. We're talking about the real, day-to-day energy drain of just keeping your stories straight, the mental bandwidth you waste being paranoid about who knows what, and the huge, huge risk that one mistake, one little scandal, can completely wipe out your entire future. It's just bad business. But on the flip side of that coin, you have trust. Think of trust as the ultimate non-fungible asset. You can't fake it, you can't copy it, and once you start building it, it compounds over time. Every deal gets a little easier. Every negotiation starts from a place of strength. While everyone else is out there hustling and worrying, your trust is quietly working for you 24/7. Okay, so if integrity is the winning strategy, how in the world do you defend it in a world full of sharks? Well, you need weapons. So let's get you armed for the battles you're going to face. Your first weapon is pure logic. When somebody asks you to do something shady, don't argue about morals. That's emotional. It's draining. Instead, you put on the armor of logic. You calmly explain why their proposal is a terrible long-term investment with unacceptable levels of risk. You turn their dirty request into what it really is, a stupid business decision. Your second weapon is silence. When you're faced with some ridiculous, unethical demand, don't rush to fill the space. Just pause. Let the silence hang in the air for a second. That silence sends a message that's way more powerful than words. It says, your request is so far beneath consideration, it doesn't even deserve a response. And just like that, the power shifts. And weapon number 3, probably the most powerful of all, a clean, simple no. Look, saying no to something that violates your code isn't you being difficult. It's the ultimate act of leadership. It draws a line in the sand, it protects your most valuable asset, your integrity, and it earns you a kind of deep respect that the yes men will never, ever understand. So, when you put all of these pieces together, when you combine that deep knowledge of how the game is played with the strategic weapons to defend your principles, you end up with something incredibly powerful. And this brings us to the end goal, which is nobility. This isn't about being naive or innocent. It's about being so skilled, so confident, and so powerful that you just don't need the dirty shortcuts. Choosing the high road isn't a moral obligation anymore. It becomes the ultimate flex. It's the ultimate luxury that only the truly strong can afford. And here's why this matters so much, why it's bigger than just you. Every single time you win without selling your soul, you prove to the world that it can be done. Your story becomes a blueprint, a beacon of hope for every other person out there who's struggling and thinking about giving in. You're not just winning for yourself, you're literally changing the game for everybody.
So let's reframe this one last time. That feeling you have, that little voice inside that just can't bring itself to do the wrong thing, that is not a weakness you need to fix. That's a sign. It's a sign that you were built for a higher class, more meaningful kind of success. You literally have a talent for the most exclusive lifestyle on earth. So I'll just leave you with this one question to chew on. Is that purity that you've been carrying around all this time really a burden that's holding you back? Or is it the key to your greatest strength, your ultimate luxury? The choice, as always, is yours. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and help us build the hype. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.